Hey everybody, welcome back. I'd like to take a moment before we get started and just say thank you to everybody who has shown us so much support with your kind words and constructive criticism and great ideas. It's really heartwarming and inspiring for Karen and I to continue with this. And with your support, we hope we can make something really special out of this. So thank you. Let's get started today. We're gonna make whatever you wanna call it, stew. You might say, what is whatever you wanna call it, stew? It's exactly that, whatever you wanna call it. Some people call it chunky potato soup. Some have called it lumpy corn chowder. Some even have called it leftover stew. We'll talk about that in a minute, but let's get started. Get some of these potatoes here cut up. A lot of people ask me, what's it like being blind or some of the struggles like that. And I hope with some of these videos I can kind of show you some of the struggles, some of the things that are hard to do, some of the things that are not so hard to do. Like cutting up potatoes. Take your time. It's not too bad. You notice I'm not peeling potatoes. I actually have some pretty interesting equipment coming to help me with this stuff like this. Called a peeling mitt, I guess you'd call it. It's like a glove you put on, and it's got a peeler in the palm. You peel potatoes like that. Pretty interesting. Can't wait for that to get here. A lot of talking type equipment, thermometers, meat thermometers, things like that. Should be interesting. Get a bunch of these cut up in here. I mentioned leftover stew. People have called this leftover stew because you can put anything you want in it. Especially like with Thanksgiving, still in our rearview mirror. You could put some turkey in here if you wanted to. I'm not going to because honestly I'm worn out on turkey, as maybe a lot of you are. Today we're just going to put a ham steak in it so I can show you how to make this. But it's great with if you have a leftover boiled ham or a pork or chicken is good in this. About anything you want, really. Some more of these in here. Karen and I have been talking about maybe if there's any interest, maybe like a day in the life of a blind guy. Follow me around, doing, everyday chores, day-to-day stuff. If that's something people might be interested in, go ahead and leave a comment down below, or you can reach out to us on my Facebook page. That's Blind Dave's Kitchen, if you're not there already. I actually do quite a lot of stuff during the day. I do laundry, and I even fold it. Miss Karen's gonna get me into vacuuming, so we'll try that out. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be all right. I can definitely go through the motions. few few more of these cut up, should be good. I'm making a lot today because we have people coming over for a special day. It's a very good friend of ours' birthday. And one of her favorite meals is corn chowder. So I'm gonna make this more like a corn chowder than some of the other things I spoke about. Get this one cut up, see where we stand, get these rinsed off. I spoke about the Facebook page. We're just getting that going. There's a few things on there. We've been pretty busy with everything else, but I hope to put a full bio, if you will, on there of who I am and where I come from and how I became blind, for people that don't already know. Probably add some pictures on there as well. Some of them might be a little hard to look at, I'm sure. But I just want everybody to know that not even 3 years ago, I was dead. I died twice. And here we are, not quite 3 years later, and I'm able to do this. So part of why I want to do this is I hope it inspires people, not necessarily to get out in the kitchen. Maybe you have always wanted to try cooking and have been afraid to. There's nothing to be afraid of. If I can do it, you can do it. But just inspire people to get outside of their comfort zone and try something new, try something different. So if I can inspire even one person to do that, then in my opinion, this is a success. And I also want to raise awareness to blindness, that it is a daily struggle. It gets easier as time goes. That should be enough potato, I guess. We'll get these washed off. Come over here to the sink. I'm sure a lot of people are watching how I move around the kitchen or how I do stuff. And it's very, very important. One important thing is repetition. Doing things over and over, keeping things in the same places, not moving a lot of stuff around. All right, get the potato in. I'm gonna use some of this chicken stock here, chicken broth. This will add a lot of flavor. It is a little salty. So if you're watching your sodium or salt intake, if you will, you can use plain water, that's fine too. Or you can cut this down with water. I just use it straight up, right out of the box. I can get it open. them right in there. Should be good for now. Losing my towel. Alright, put these on the boil. I like to boil these a little bit to get them soft, and then we'll add everything else in. That way your corn and your ham and stuff doesn't get overcooked and get mushy. Back up to the stove. Pretty good. Oh. Turn on. Yeah, we'll let them come to a boil. Get soft. I'm gonna put some onion in. I have an onion here that we used on something else, so we'll just keep using this. Just cut up. Sure, people that know me know that this is not I'm in my comfort zone. I'm not the guy that's getting up and speaking in front of a crowd or things like that. So I'm sure you can probably see that my hands are shaking. I'm nervous, and that's okay. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to, leftover potato, we'll throw that in there with it. It's okay to be nervous, it's okay. As long as you don't give up. Keep moving forward. Figure it out. You're only a failure if you quit. You may not succeed the first time, and that's okay. As long as you don't quit, you're not a failure. As we go forward with this channel and I get more comfortable in the kitchen, I used to cook quite a lot before I got hurt and went blind. Excuse me. And I'm relearning as I go. So one of the things we talked about was, why not bring our friends along with us and maybe make some new friends along the way doing this. Everybody's been so supportive and so kind to us and so helpful that I hope I can give a little bit back with this. And none of these recipes are really, earth-shattering, groundbreaking recipes. They're just basic, everyday meals that you can cook very easily. Probably have most everything right in your kitchen already. Get this one more onion, and that should be enough of that stuff. If what I'm doing even reaches one blind person and inspires them to get up and try something, do something. I know when I first went blind, I thought my life was over. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know how I was gonna live day to day. I was always a very self-sufficient kind of do-it-myself kind of guy. I was the guy that I shingled your roof or fixed your car, or kind of a handyman, if you will. And that had to change. And that's okay. Bring these over and see if we can dump these all over the top of the stove. trying to keep my fingerprints. Shove her over the pot here. We'll slide those babies in. Nice and easy. Make sure they go in the pot. Okay. No, I have a spoon. There it is. Give these babies a stir. Yeah. Let those come to a boil so they get soft, and those onions will let off a lot of flavor as that comes to a boil. Oh, got a half a tomato here. We'll throw them back in the buddies over here. All right, now move that onion out of the way. Okay, like I said, we're gonna put some ham steak in. You can put any leftovers you want in there. That's what makes it whatever you want to call it, chowder or stew, or get this baby open without filleting my finger. Be good, huh? There we go. Maybe under there like that. Just gonna put a crash in that colander for now. Okay. Things situated here. Cutting this up. What's everybody's definition, if you will, on soup versus stew versus chowder? Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. My opinion, a soup is really a lot of liquid, a lot of broth, like a vegetable soup or something along that lines, whereas a stew would be more thick, more lumpy, if you will, a lot more in it. You can make this as a stew. That works fine like that. I'm gonna add, at the end, I'll add some heavy cream to it and really thicken it up. That'll make it more like a chowder, if you will, like corn chowder. Just take our time, get this stuff cut up. It's still a little wide. We'll bring him down one more. There we go. And we'll just cut these up into bite-sized little pieces. So. Go ahead and leave me a comment too if you have interesting recipes you might like to see me try. Like I said, we're not going to do anything too earth-shattering. You probably never see me cut a radish into a rose or, carve up a zucchini so it looks like a salmon swimming upstream. You probably won't see that on this channel. We'll just good home cooked meals. Probably cover some side dishes at some point. I have a real good macaroni and cheese recipe I'd like to show you. I call it my brain just locked up. chicken enchilada, macaroni and cheese. There we go. I knew I'd get it. Really easy, really good recipe. That can be made with leftover chicken if you have some, or whatever. You can use, if you have some leftover, like boiled potatoes, you can use that in this. I would wait and put those in at the end where they're already cooked. You don't want them to get too mushy. Running out of room. Just getting this cut up for now. We'll put this in a little bit after the potatoes get soft. If anybody's curious, yes, I washed my hands before we got started. I don't figure you really, maybe you want to watch me do stuff like that. Simple task, you know, that you kind of take for granted every day, like brushing your teeth. Next time you brush your teeth, try to put the toothpaste on your toothbrush with your eyes closed. You'll know what I'm talking about. I think I got it all pretty good. All right. That's about it for now. We'll let these potatoes come to a boil. Once they do, we'll bring you back and I'll show you how to put the rest of it together. See you in a little bit. Thanks. Hey, we're back again. A little technical difficulty with the mixer, the chopper here. We got it straightened out, so we'll just get this chopped up real quick. Well, I use this pretty slick in the egg recipe. There we go. I just want to feel how fine that's chopped up. That's pretty good. Just leave that like that for now. Okay, like I said, the potatoes are done. So we're going to add this ham steak into it. Try not to burn my hand again. Pretty sure it all went in the pot. I bet it did. This over here. This is just frozen corn. Again, if you have leftover corn, that works fine too. If you use canned corn, I suggest you drain the water out of it, the liquid. Just because there's a lot of sodium and salt in those cans, so that will, it may make your soup or chowder or stew or whatever you're calling it, may make it a little salty. See me riding this struggle bus, getting this thing open. There we go. Dump all this in there. just bring this back up to a boil. Mix it around a little bit. Boy, feels nice and thick. It's gonna be a good corn chowder. Alright, well that comes back up to a boil. I prepared a little bread bowl here. Just a simple round loaf. Take the bread out. You can set the bread aside and serve that with it. Dip it in there and eat it with it. That works good like that. We've got our bacon. We'll let that come back to a boil. We're just gonna once it does, we'll add a stick of butter and the heavy cream and we'll be done. We'll see you back in a few minutes. Welcome back. Stew behind me, I can hear it's coming to a boil. I can smell it. It smells good already. We're just gonna throw this stick of butter in there. If I can get this baby open. There we go. Plop her in there, we'll let that melt for a while. We had a little technical difficulty with this earlier. It wasn't plugged in. Had my wife plug it in for me because I didn't really feel like riding in the lightning today. But so we got that sorted out. We got the bread bowl going. We're gonna let that butter melt and then we'll add the heavy cream and that'll thicken it up really good. You probably notice that I don't use a lot of like measured amounts, things of that sort. I never really did. I always cooked with three senses basically: sight, smell, and taste. Obviously my sight is not a part of it anymore. I do use smell a lot. I have a very enhanced sense of smell now. Some of my recipes you'll see I do use measured amounts, like when I make baked beans or something like that. Pretty simple stuff really. I just keep moving forward with it. Like I said before, if you have any great recipes, leave them down in the comments or go to my Facebook page, leave them there. That would be great. I guess we'll, there it is. This is good. You get to see how I kind of feel around for stuff, look for stuff. I know I got a ladle here. There we go. Boy, it's gonna be good, folks. Like I said, one of the key pieces to cooking is taste. I'll taste this at the end. I may add a little salt to it. There's a lot of things in there that have salt in it, like the chicken stock, the ham is a lot of sodium in ham, you know. Get this open. It's a lot easier to add stuff to your recipe than to try to take it back out. We'll start with that much. It's about half of this quart. We'll see how that thickens up. We may add a little more. And again, it's up to you. It's up to your taste. This is whatever you want to call it, stew or chowder or stir this around a bit. Oh yeah, that's got to be good. Hook. Go on the stove, that's all right. thicken up a little bit. And when we come back, we'll put some in a bowl, put a little of these bacon bits on top, and try it out. See you in a few. Welcome back, everybody. The stew's done, chowder, soup, whatever you want to call it. The only thing left to do is to taste it, make sure it's going to be good. Get my bread bowl here. Put my bread bowl in another bowl. I get rambunctious when I'm eating sometimes and dig a hole through the bottom of my bread bowl. Then I have a mess to clean up. See if we can get some of this in here. There we go. We'll get just a little broth in there with it. I think I'm getting it in the bowl. There we go. A little bit of this. Whoop. Lost a tater. A little bit of this bacon right on top here. Like so. Look at that. How does that look? Tell me that don't look good. I'm gonna try it out. Very good. Very good. Very tasty. It's that easy, folks. Don't be afraid to get out and try something different. This sounded more involved than it really is. It's really simple to make, really good. I want to thank everybody again for all your support. This is our third video, and the amount of support on the first two videos is overwhelming. Thank you again. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. After this video, I'll show you how to make a real easy, cheesy bacon and sausage with a little ranch if you want. Dip to go with your supper. Thanks again, everybody. And remember, if you didn't get it all over yourself, you didn't do a good job.
Go.
Hey folks, welcome back. Simple, easy, cheesy bacon and sausage dip. Real easy. Just a block of cream cheese. We just cut it up and throw it in the crock pot here so it melts a little quicker. Like so, nothing to it. Put that one up. This is just Velveeta cheese. I know some of you are saying it's not cheese, but it sure plays the part well. I like it. I use it in quite a lot of stuff. So throw that in there. Real easy. Oh, that's a big piece.
Nope.
Almost missed. My lovely camera woman saved the day on that one. Just did it again. There we go. Okay, we'll let this melt, get all melty goodness. When it does, we'll come back and we'll add the bacon and sausage and show you what it looks like. See you in a few. Okay, welcome back. The cheese is all melted down. It's all ooey and gooey and cheesy goodness. I did add just a dash of that heavy cream into there just to thin it out a little bit, make it a little smoother. We'll add our bacon into it. Make sure I'm getting this into the pot. We don't want to waste bacon. There we go. That would be a crime to dump good bacon onto the floor. It'd probably be the first time you see Blind Dave cry. Yeah, got that in there. Throw some of this sausage in there. This has been cooling for a while, so I can handle it pretty good. Timer's done. This is called Easy Cheesy Bacon and Ranch Dip. I'm adding sausage to it to add a little bit extra. And I'm gonna leave the ranch out of it. I like it better like this. Serve the ranch on the side. People can add it in if they want to, or if they don't. That's totally up to them. Add a little hot sauce in this if you like heat to it. I'm not gonna do that either. Pretty much it right there. Simple, easy, and so very good. How's that look? Tell me that don't look good. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be kind, and remember, if you didn't get it all over yourself, you didn't do a good job. See you next time.